Imagine this. With just one post, one short video, even just a single hand appearing on screen, one guy from South Korea managed to make a global fashion brand scramble to keep up with demand, with products selling out across multiple countries within days. This isn't your average endorsement deal. This isn't some throwaway brand partnership. We're talking about a level of influence where just one name attached to a product is enough to move a company's stock, and international media outlets are throwing around a number that makes people do a double take. $3.4 million, generated in just 48 hours. Who are we talking about? Jeon Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS, who right now is the hottest topic in international fashion, thanks to his latest collaboration with Calvin Klein. In this video we're breaking down exactly how this happened, why a number that big could be generated in just 2 days, and why people are calling this proof of something they've started calling the Jungkook effect. Stick around till the end, because there's a detail coming up that even got Calvin Klein's own CEO to speak out publicly. Before we go further, it helps to understand what that $3.4 million figure actually means. It comes from something called Media Impact Value, or MIV, a metric developed by an analytics company called Launchmetrics. Pretty much every major fashion brand in the world uses it to measure how much economic value they're getting from media exposure, whether that's print, online coverage, or social media. So it's not just counting likes or views. It's actually converting all that attention into a dollar figure, similar to calculating the ROI of an ad campaign. What made people lose their minds is that brands usually need weeks, sometimes months, with massive advertising budgets, to hit numbers like that. But this latest Calvin Klein collaboration with Jungkook hit $3.4 million in media impact value within 48 hours of being announced. And that's not even counting the ripple effect that kept building in the days after. This isn't even his first record at Calvin Klein. But let's first talk about what this particular collaboration actually is. Here's the wild part. The best performing piece of content in the entire campaign wasn't some big budget video. It was a short Instagram reel posted by Calvin Klein that showed nothing but Jungkook's hand revealing the collaboration's logo. Just a hand. And it still generated around $908,000 in media impact value on its own. No face, no voice, and fans still knew exactly whose hand it was. Design-wise, the CKJK collection draws from Jungkook's personal interests, especially motorcycle and biker culture. The details get pretty specific too. Distressed denim finishes, racing stripe accents, hidden embroidery, custom graphics, and interior tags, with some of the artwork reportedly inspired by his own tattoos. So this collection genuinely reflects who he is, not just a logo slapped onto an existing product line. To really understand how consistent his impact has been at this brand, it's worth looking back at the track record. His very first Calvin Klein campaign back in 2023 generated $13.4 million in media impact value within just 48 hours. He appeared in that fall 2023 campaign, alongside names like Kendall Jenner and Jennie from Blackpink, and the shirtless campaign video he starred in went viral, racking up millions of views. Then, after completing his military service, his return to public life at New York Fashion Week in September 2025 generated $30.4 million in media impact value for Calvin Klein. And here's the crazy part. He achieved that number without posting a single piece of content from his own social media. He simply sat in the audience for a few minutes, and his presence alone accounted for 53% of Calvin Klein's entire show performance that day. After that, the October 2025 campaign brought in $20.9 million within the first 48 hours, about 56% higher than the previous campaign. So compared to those numbers, the $3.4 million from CKJK might look smaller. But what makes it special is that this came purely from a capsule collection launch, not from a major fashion show or flagship ad campaign. Now let's talk about what this actually meant in the real market, not just numbers on a spreadsheet. After CKJK launched, global Google search interest in Calvin Klein reportedly spiked. Trending topics tied to the brand were dominated by searches for Jungkook's name specifically, showing that people weren't just curious about the product, they were curious because of who was behind it. Products from the collection reportedly sold out in Japan. Then in early June 2026, Jungkook showed up for a special launch event in Harajuku, Tokyo. Crowds packed the area hours before he even arrived, and extra security had to be brought in to manage the chaos. Local media described the scene as overwhelming but full of genuine excitement. But here's the part that really got people talking. In late June 2026, Calvin Klein's parent company, PVH Corp., officially announced that CKJK had become the most successful collaboration in the brand's entire history. The announcement came straight from PVH CEO Stefan Larsson during the company's first quarter earnings call, where he called it the biggest collaboration in Calvin Klein's history, citing unprecedented demand from consumers. Some of the actual numbers behind that statement are wild. The collection hit a 99% sell-through rate on Tmall in China. Pop-up stores in Los Angeles and Harajuku sold out completely. The outerwear Jungkook wore reached a 60% sell-through rate within just 2 weeks of launch, and overall sales tied to CKJK jumped more than 50% after the campaign rolled out. Keep in mind, Calvin Klein has been around for 58 years. They've worked with countless celebrities and top models over the decades. This is the first time they've ever called one single collaboration the most successful in their entire history. So why is Jungkook's impact on this brand so different from a typical celebrity endorsement? First, because his involvement wasn't just showing up for photos. He was reportedly involved in actual creative discussions, fitting adjustments, even choosing the denim washes alongside the brand's design team. That means the product genuinely reflects his taste, not just his face attached to something already designed. Second, that sense of authenticity is exactly what makes fans feel emotionally connected to what they're buying, rather than just being drawn in by a big name on the packaging. A lot of fan commentary online points out that Jungkook has always been known for being extremely selective about which brands he works with, only choosing ones he genuinely connects with personally. Third, this whole situation shows how much the power of public figures has evolved beyond traditional endorsement deals. With just a brief appearance, sometimes without posting anything promotional at all, one person can move millions of dollars in media value purely through organic reactions from fans and media around the world. This phenomenon caught plenty of attention across the fashion and analytics industry too. Launchmetrics, the company behind that MIV data, described the CKJK launch as another successful chapter in the long-running partnership between Jungkook and Calvin Klein that's been going since 2023. And the recognition from inside Calvin Klein itself only reinforced the story. That moment when CEO Stefan Larsson personally thanked Jungkook at New York Fashion Week, essentially telling him how much his contribution meant to the brand, went viral among fans, and is still talked about as proof of official recognition from the very top of the company. It's no surprise people have started calling this the Jungkook effect, a term that's now being used by media and industry analysts to describe his consistent ability to generate real economic impact, whether through social engagement, media value, or direct consumer sales, campaign after campaign. What's even more interesting is that his success at Calvin Klein opened doors beyond that one brand. After this string of records, Jungkook was also named Global Ambassador for Chanel, specifically for their fragrance and beauty division. That's a strong signal that his name isn't just relevant in music anymore. He's now considered a genuinely valuable asset in high fashion, on par with other major names that have worked with luxury brands like that. This also says a lot about how much K-pop idols' influence on global fashion has grown. Years ago, a brand partnering with an idol might have been seen as just a strategy to reach Asian markets. Now with records like the ones Jungkook keeps breaking, global brands are treating K-pop idols as a central part of their marketing strategy worldwide, not just in Asia. So, to wrap it all up, that $3.4 million number in 48 hours is really just one small piece of a much longer streak of success between Jungkook and Calvin Klein. From the $13.4 million debut campaign in 2023, to the $30.4 million surge at New York Fashion Week, all the way to being officially recognized as the most successful collaboration in a brand's 58-year history. This isn't just about big numbers, it's real proof of how personal branding, authenticity, and fan loyalty can generate massive economic impact on a global scale, even without relying on traditional marketing playbooks. So what do you think the real secret behind Jungkook's influence is? Is it his personal charisma, the loyalty of his fan base, or just perfect timing combined with smart brand strategy? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this video gave you something new to think about, hit like, subscribe for more updates on entertainment and international fashion, and turn on notifications so you're the first to know whenever something this big happens again. See you in the next one.